Yo, how's it going, my fellow revelers? Welcome back to another episode of the Festy Hub Podcast. I'm your host, Manny, aka Frisky Hug. And today's guest, we have the one and only Fresh Raver. He got started at Lost Lands when he first put deodorant on one of his friends. It got recorded, went onto Tosh.0, and that thing went viral. So this guy has now been going to festivals, getting everybody fresh, and literally becoming an icon because of it. Karem is his real name. He's one of my good friends, but they call him the Fresh Raver. And today we're going to talk about his story and we're going to talk about where he's at now with all of that stuff. But before we get started, I normally do the 4 shout outs of the week. Today we are going to do 0 shout outs that are regularly done. We're just going to do 1. And this was going to go to IEDM. They are the sponsors for the clothes that I'm wearing today. I have an entire outfit. They sponsored me with 2 outfits that I'm making a bunch of content with. So they are hooking me up for my 22 festival year. They got me with a bunch of clothes, and I'm really excited to show you guys a lot of the clothes that they have, honestly. You can also check out the clothes that they've been sponsoring me with by going on my TikToks and my IG Reels. Both of those are at Frisky Hug. Before we get started with this episode, make sure you are giving it a like, make sure you're giving it a follow. If you're not already following the podcast, don't miss out. We do a podcast normally every week. It normally comes out on Fridays. Sometimes there's a couple of delays, so we'll do it on a Saturday, maybe even on a Sunday. But nevertheless, we are going to continue with the Festy Hub Podcast regardless if we take a break or not. I know I took a break, was it 2 weeks ago, for like 2 weeks? But we are here, we're doing the thing. And today's guest is very special to my heart. Love this man. He is great. He is funny, and he is always making great things happen for this community. He has not only been donating for the homeless, but he also provides a safe space by allowing some of his Fresh Raves to appear in Boston area. He's a huge advocate for helping other people. So as for the sponsor for the clothes, you can find them at EDM. It's at IEDM on all social media. You can also go to the link tree on most of my bios, on my Instagram, my TikTok, and you can find the link to the store there. You could use code Frisky Hug for a 10% discount. Everything that you guys use the code for, I get like a 10% commission on, just being transparent with you guys. So eventually it comes back to me, and all the money I make goes to the podcast. That's where you guys see a lot of the upgrades and stuff, the sign, the microphone, all that stuff. It all eventually goes back. But without further ado, this episode is going to be really cool. I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get on with the podcast. All right, guys. So I'd like to
meeting.
and I'd like to welcome the Fresh Raver to the podcast.
What up?
So I know you. A lot of people might not, though. I know a lot of people on the East Coast definitely know you. But if you wouldn't mind for the viewers, give me a little quick intro about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Fresh Raver. My real name's Karem. for those who don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people, most people probably know me as the deodorant guy from that video a few years ago at Lost Lands of me putting deodorant on my friend. So that's how things really started for Fresh Raver. There was no account before that video came out, and then I think I started getting a lot of friend requests. So I decided maybe it's better to have an account than to accept friends from people I didn't meet before but wanted to connect. So I thought it'd be a good idea to have a kind of page.
Dude, okay. So I feel like I'm gonna be asking some like really dumb questions because we've known each other for a minute, and it's kind of so I'm gonna ask some like really like basic questions and stuff, just so, like the viewers kind of get to know you the same way kind of like I get to know you and stuff like that. So for starters and stuff like that, Lost Lands, was that your first festival?
No, my first one was 2016 or 2015.
Yeah, what was that?
I was a little late. I was like 25 going to my first festival.
25 years old first.
Yeah, I think people just stopped going to festivals maybe around 25 and I just started. And then I took a little break. I think I went to like 2 in 2015, and I went to another 2 in 2016. Then I didn't go to a festival until 2018. I don't know why I took a break. And then I went to like 10 festivals that year though. In 2018, I started with EDC Vegas and just went
Yeah.
every month. I think I was going to one or two.
What year was that video in, the deodorant one?
2018.
So that was like the year where you're just like mass sending it to every festival. You're just like,
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I think I
dude.
spent a shit ton of money on festivals that year.
Yes, and I know you got featured in Tosh.0, right? And that video still gets viral even like now. So
Yeah, that was crazy. And then I think ridiculousness
oh,
made
did
me
you too?
sign. Well, they made me sign a bunch of stuff, but this was right before COVID hit, so I don't know what happened or if it even. I don't watch the show, so I feel like I know if it was on the show.
I'll be honest, bro. I don't either. I, I have friends that will watch that shit religiously, and like they get upset when I'm like, I just don't watch that shit. I don't know. Like I even Tosh.0, I don't really watch it either. Like unless
Oh, I don't have cable. I just
yeah, bro. Why aren't you on Netflix?
Not on Netflix. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't watch it. Exactly. It's so funny. Can I smoke weed while we interview? Is this like
I don't know. Is that legal? Like, is it legal like to show that shit like on YouTube?
I don't know. It's legal in Mass.
Bro, am I gonna get canceled because of you? I don't. Wait, Joe Rogan does it, doesn't he?
I'm pretty sure.
Bro, if you get me canceled, I have.
But they do mushrooms on his show.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they get high on mushrooms.
All right, bro, go ahead and smoke. Let's see what happens.
YouTube, please don't cancel us.
Oh, you know what? Taboo actually let Al Ross smoke on his episode, so I think we're good.
All right, cool.
I mean, it's legal, so I mean, I don't understand what yeah.
Depends where you are, but yeah, I guess
It's legal like in 15
Look at it.
states.
So I look like background.
Nah, you're good, man. Oh, it looks just like you. Who did that?
I forget.
Oh, that's so rude. I can't believe you don't even remember, bro. That's fucked up.
I remember his Instagram handle.
Yeah, that's sick as hell, man. I'm gonna have to like hit him up.
It was like 3 years ago. I'm blanking.
Yeah.
He did the artwork for the pins, and then he just did the artwork. He just sent it to me one day, and I was like, "That's sick," and that's how I came out with my first pin.
Mhm.
Like that would be a really cool pin. So I just sent it to like a pin guy, turned it into a physical thing, and that's how it was. This actually never became a pin. This was a pin idea.
Oh shit, dude! You need to make it into a pin, man.
This one never came out. I don't know. I thought it was a little extreme, but
I like it. I think it's pretty fucking dope, man.
the deodorant stick weapon.
It's 100% your base face too.
Yeah, I think it's the same. It's the same face from the original pin. It's just it's in a different body or whatever.
Well, how has your experience been, man? Like, just, I mean, one moment you're just a regular Joe, and then the next fucking moment you blow up and become a content creator, bro. Like well, not even a content creator. You really just became kind of an icon first, and I feel like you developed into a content creator second.
So yeah, I mean, the thing is that I always was. There were two things I was always doing, even before I started raving, is creating content, like making videos, making music, and then putting together shows. It was more in the rap realm. I was actually in a rap group.
Bro, you were a rapper?
I was a rapper back in end of 2009, swine flu epidemic.
Yeah. Dude, I'll be honest, I don't even remember it. Like,
you don't remember it?
I
was 19. I was old enough and I got really sick. I thought I was gonna die. Like really? I was in my I got COVID and it wasn't.
I must have been just working really hard because I don't even remember that being a thing. Honestly, I'll be completely honest. I don't remember that being a thing.
I mean, it wasn't like a big thing. It wasn't, but I just remember being like, I've never been that sick in my life. And then so basically we were, I was taking a lot of like Robitussin, a lot of what's that stuff, that anti-congestion.
NyQuil?
It's stuff. Basically, it has all that EXMs. I forget what it's called. I used to know about it. But it's the stuff you trip on. Like if you do it, Robo trip.
Libocybin.
No, it's different. It begins with a D.
Know what I'm saying.
But essentially, yeah, it's like we were taking so much because we needed it. Me and my buddy who like smoked together every day, and I'm just looking up what's the name of it. and we would basically be like smoking. After wasn't bedridden, we were still sick for like another week because we got sick at the same time. We would just go out and smoke weed, and we'd still be like basically on the Robitussin and the anti-congestion medicine, but we'd be taking too much of it. So we basically robo tripping and getting high at the same time. We're like it felt really fucking weird, and we called it G Robo. Basically, it's like G is the green or the weed part, or Robo is the robo tripping part, and that was the name of the rap group. And it started as G Robo, and then we basically started freestyling while we were high, and fucked up on swine flu, and then I don't know, like 6 months later, we were having our first show. We had a few songs out. We were opening up for some big artists.
Wait, you had a rap show?
Oh yeah, we were headlining shows.
What?
At the end of it, yeah.
I've been a friend with you for a while. Did not know this.
It's funny. A lot of people don't. We were actually headlining shows like at the same venue that like go see Liquid Stranger at right now. Like obviously not with as many people, but the same place. So
that's crazy. You were living another life, man.
Yeah, no, it's my early 20s, and then just like, fuck around, rapping. I had this music video that probably get me canceled right now. It's just like girls on girls, like typical stereotypical like rap music video. And,
bro, yeah. I mean, you got to move with the time, man. Like people are getting canceled nowadays for videos they did like 15 years ago, bro.
All my old videos are off YouTube.
Bro, I made some TikToks that went viral. And when I realized what kind of like TikTok videos I was making, just because like I was trying to like climb up faster, and I was like, they were really like inconsiderate and stuff like that. Even like those TikToks, I went back and I'm like, I have to take those off. Like I get that I made them, but like I get they went viral, but I need to just delete them off. Like
TikTok, man, TikTok's been out for a few years. I already putting out shit. At least I know what I know. I think like the guy in the rap group, like he said the F word, but not the word fuck, right?
Yeah.
Like, back then it was like normal to hear that. I think like 10, 15 years ago. And then like now it's just like anytime you hear that, even in an Eminem song, I'm like, oh, like,
Yeah, it's just people are people are just more careful with the words they choose because they're trying to just be more respectful these days, I guess.
It's a good thing, but it's just hard to go back in time. See, stuff that was people talked about on Facebook back then and how people talk. So
yeah. I mean, it is what it is. But then you transitioned over to EDM. Do you still listen to rap now more, or do you listen to EDM more?
Great question. No, I definitely still listen to more rap.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, for the music, I listen to all things. Shit, dude. I'm gonna get canceled. I'm gonna get canceled in the EDM. I listen to country music, dude.
You're done. Cancel this man. I'm just kidding. Probably listen to Chicken Fried on his days off.
Cut this part out. I just gotta edit this out, right?
Bro, Taylor Swift is not country, bro. Chill.
No, not even like that. Like real country, like old country too. And then rap. Rock.
Was that Georgia Florida line or something like that?
That's like, no, I don't even listen. I mean, a little bit. I'm not like a big country fan. I'll just like have a mood where I put country music on, mood where I put EDM on, a mood that I put fucking just jazz on or some shit like that if I just need to decompress. So really? I use all music. I just like going to EDM shows more for the atmosphere, less so than people. If that atmosphere of like people just being very friendly and very cool and not creating that bad energy at a show, if that was in any other genre, I would be going to those shows probably just as much. But if I go to a rap show, I feel like I'm gonna get in a fight with someone. I gotta have my guard up, at all times. It's not the same.
I love all different types of music too. I actually do listen to country as well. I listen to all sorts of stuff. Like I when I was working in the operating room for a while, like not by choice, but the music I listened to for like 8 hours at a time was classical music. When I tell you that I've listened to more different types of music than most people out there, and I get it, people want to like say like, oh, they are like hardcore dubstep fans and stuff like that. But like, cool, like, but some of us like me, I love multi-genres festivals. Like I love Buku, that festival, like Coachella, Bonnaroo, those kind of festivals. Like I actually love those festivals because they're just different types. I went to Austin, Austin City Limits, and that was like a dope time for me because like it was I gotta see Billie Eilish, bro, and like I gotta see Alice in Wonderland right after it, and then Rufus the Soul, right? All in the same day. And I was like, great, great, great.
And I wish, that, and that's, something I want to maybe bring to other genres in the future, because like those multi-genre festivals, I think are great. I honestly haven't been to, no, I've been to like Boston Calling, which I guess you could consider, it definitely would be considered a genre festival, but I'm just curious, do you think it's like the vibes are the same as it would be at like Electric Forest, or
No, the vibes are definitely not the same. It's a lot of like people who love listen to mainstream getting mixed with like ravers, and like everyone kind of just looks at each other kind of funny. And, like you see a guy passing with cowboy boots, and then you see like a grandpa with his grandkids taking him to like Billie Eilish, and then like here's me trying to like headbang and shit. I'm like, I don't know. And then my buddies are like, "Oh, there's like rock artists is playing right now," and bro, we are just on different levels right now. But Jay-Z is about to play, and like, it's a whole different experience, man. Like, yeah.
No, it's like I've been actually turned off. I've gone to see, what was it? It was The Internet. I really like The Internet. They're like it's like a band. I don't know if you've heard of them. But I like their music. It was, I forget what year, I think 2018, early 2019. They were just really blowing up. So we went to a show, and it was a sold out show, this venue in Boston. And I go there, and like I was with my girlfriend at the time. We were fucking trying to like not be at the back, basically, like just squeeze through a little bit, and like this, basically like 2 or 3 people were like trying to fight. It was just like, excuse me, can we squeeze by? It's like, no, you're not getting by. And I'm like, there's like room in front of you. Like he's like, yeah, but no, you got to stay behind me. I'm like, there's less room back behind you than there is in front of you. You're not going to let me go to that open space right there. He's like, no, not getting by. And he like gets in front. And I'm like, and that's like, it wasn't like that was the one experience. It was like, that was the atmosphere there. Like,
dude.
Like guarding their territory, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, it turned me off to the whole, like, I don't even really listen to the internet anymore because of that experience. It like really kind of like traumatized me, but I was just like, fuck this, right? So like that's why I like exclusively go to EDM shows. I don't really go to other genre shows.
I'll be honest though, like that experience, I've experienced that exact same thing at Millennium concerts, bro.
You will get that, yeah. And I have too, but then I like people, like it's different because it'll happen, but then people around you will be like, what the fuck? Like people, it's not like everyone is like that. It's like it's 1 or 2 or 3 people that really kind of stink up the area, but everyone's like, it shouldn't be like that. So
I've had that shit happen 5 times in one day at an Millennium show.
I almost passed out at Millennium because I couldn't even leave it was EDC. I couldn't even
for
leave.
real. Oh my god!
There was like a train going this way, train going this way, train going this way. I'm like, literally, I can't move. I'm by myself. I couldn't leave.
The Millennium gets so packed now, like, and no, you can't even go to a show without it being stuffy, dude.
And you're just like this. You feel like a sardine trying to enjoy the show.
Like I'm good, man. I'll go to a different artist. I'm like, I've had enough Millennium, anyways.
People just need to push a little less of that. It's people get crazy for certain people, but most sets are not like that. And but if you go to like rap, because like I said, I was a rapper, like it's I walk in chest up, like ready, like you just gotta, it's like you're in jail. You can't look weak. Like,
can't look weak. Bro, you don't even look like you lift.
No, I tell you that. It's just like, someone's gonna take your spot, I don't know. Like it's that's what I mean. It's like that's the mentality of these type of shows. It's really not fun.
Yeah. So you went to these festivals, and then like you blew up through the whole Tosh.0 thing, and like everybody was like, oh my god, the deodorant guy, etc. What was your mindset? Like, where did you go from that to like, oh my god, let me just be this icon, or let me just be this personality, or what was your mindset?
I swear to God, I don't really tell a lot of people this. I was I was like, either I got to stop raving.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
I was like, this is either going to get so fucking annoying. Like, I'm just never going to be able to drum it, because I loved going. The problem is, and this is something that I can't do anymore, unfortunately, but no, I could in some element, but not like in dubstep or EDM. But I used to love going to shows by myself. And love, like I went to EDC, that first festival 2018 that I went to by myself. I went to festivals that year by myself, and I really enjoyed that. I liked sending it. I was like at work in San Francisco. I kept the rental from work for an extra few days
Yeah.
and drove off to Vegas and just enjoyed myself. And like some days I didn't want to really be socialized. I just want to listen to music, kind of walk around, be by myself. And some days I wanted to make, family and friends and have that vibe too. But like now, right after that thing, like it was kind of like, oh, I can't do that anymore. Right. Like it's like I walk into a place and, it's specifically in dubstep, like
Yeah.
happen in other genres as much, but you can't blend in anymore, right? So for me it was like either like I can't go, but then I loved it so much, it's like I have to figure out a way to kind of make this my own.
Exactly.
You either got to own it or reject it completely, right? I can't half-ass it in the middle. So I decided to own it. I was like, I still want to rave and I still want to enjoy myself, so how do I turn this into something I can actually enjoy?
I mean, dude, all that, trying to go to a festival by yourself or like solo and not interact with somebody, that's in the past, bro. Like the moment you just like,
I mean, it is. I kind of tried to do it at hijinks. I was with like a friend, but I wasn't trying to get like, I didn't tell anyone I was going. I just kind of sent it last second. And like I wore big like ski goggles, like I had a pashmita over my face. I swear to God, like the ski goggles would get fogged up. I take them up just to clean it. I'm in the middle of the crowd, like, and so you like, oh my God, like I'm just like, no, like, I'm tripping too hard right now.
No, shut the bro. Yeah, I mean that shit happens, man.
Like I can't trip at a fucking festival anymore because I get so socially awkward. It's like I can't talk to people like that. Like it's like I lost that. So there's a few things I lost, a lot of things I gained. I'm really appreciative of all the things I have, but it was definitely that moment of like, what the fuck do I do?
Oh yeah, man. And like you realize like really fast, right? Like once you gain that popularity, like the good thing being is like you'll never be alone, man. If you ever like are like depressed and like no one's with you, whatever, and like you're by yourself, like dude, everyone will take you in because everyone knows you, and then like you already know your good vibes,
Yeah, and that's it's definitely come with a ton of benefits. I'm not gonna lie, it's benefited in more than one way from it. I definitely miss the things that I used to appreciate, and it's like I said, the little things like walking around by yourself that it's just that those are really good moments.
What I miss is making a fucking mistake and not have it blow up on my face. Because I've been tons of them,
some
bro.
Dumb shit and not having everyone know.
Yeah, bro. I do so much dumb shit, bro. The last thing I need is another like fight between influencers or fight between or another fight with the public.
That's another insecurity. I swear, I just had someone comment on TikTok. I don't even remember this because I stayed sober at Lost Lands. Like it was like my first festival I think I like smoked weed, and I barely like smoked weed. And what it was essentially, what was someone commented, what the fuck? Me and my boyfriend came up to you and said hi, and you snubbed us. And I was like,
oh my God.
I was like, maybe I'm a little too old. I didn't even really I can understand the context of snub. Like I ignored her. Is that what that?
Yeah. It's almost like you brush them off.
Yeah. And I was just like A, like, I don't remember this. B, like, I never snub any. Like anytime someone comes to say hi, I purposely like give them at least like, some time. I anyone who recognizes me, I love. I never ignore anyone or say no to a picture or anything.
Yeah,
right?
dude. Yeah, dude. I'm just sorry for just 1 second before I forget this, because that reminds me, I was almost late to my meetup that I was having, and somebody stopped me, and I tell you, bro, I was late to my meetup because I stopped, took a picture, said hi, and like it's not in us, bro, to like be dicks about it. Like, so I know you wouldn't.
No, and that's the thing. Like, if I really need to get to a bathroom at the festival, I cover my face up completely. Like, it's like, because I know I will stop, but I'm not going to piss myself. So, like, cover up my fucking face. But no, it's funny because it's just that hijink. Actually, this girl I was with, she was like crying. She's having like a moment, right? And so I like take her off to the side, like we're in the crowd. I'm like, okay, you can't be in the crowd. Let's go off to the side. So we're off the side where she's like crying next to me. I'm like trying to comfort her. And then this guy comes up to me, right? And he goes, yo, like, like you look like a Jack version of Fresh Raver. And I'm like, oh no, like who's Fresh Raver? Like I'm just like kind of like started like, I don't know why. I kind of fucked with him for a minute. And then I was like, no, it's me. and then he starts talking to me, and I'm like, and I whisper in his ear, and I'm like, okay, dude, like, there's a girl crying right here. I'm like having a little moment. Can you like could not do this right now. Like basically, like kind of like I said it to him like that, and he goes, he looks at her and he goes, oh, my bad. And then he continues to talk about whatever promotion company or something that he's at. I'm just like, dude, like, and I like, and I look at the girl, I'm like, can we just like go somewhere else right now? Because I don't feel comfortable here right now. Then it's like, I don't know, he's probably fucked up. He didn't realize. But
yeah, dude, and that's one thing you got to take into account. I take into account all the time. Is like, man, like everyone's probably on drugs, man. Like,
no, it's fine. I didn't get mad or anything.
Yeah.
I let him talk to me. That's the fucked up thing. Like I just like kept listening after this. Like that's how nice I was about it. Like I didn't even want to tell him to fuck off. And it was just I don't know. It was a moment where I was just like, dude, like I pointed her out. Like it wasn't like everyone could see she was crying. We were in the open. You know what I mean? It was just kind of like,
you know what I think this was? I think that that whoever commented mistook somebody else for you.
what do you mean?
What if it was somebody else? They thought like they're on drugs. They thought that you were this other person, right? And they're like, oh, well, of course that dude's not gonna respond. You're not like, that's not you. That's some other random dude. So they're like,
No,
what?
but even if it's like a random dude, it's just the situation, right? Even if you didn't know me or didn't know.
No, not you though. What if it wasn't you at all? It was somebody else. They mistook you because you have like a somebody of your ethnicity.
You think he like thought it was no, because he's talking to me about Fresh Raver. Like he's like talking to me about that.
Okay. Well,
that's funny. No, it's cool. You because then benefits are that I get to do a bunch of cool shit that I always love to do. So it's like
you do get to do a bunch of cool shit. And how does it feel, man? To like, I mean, you get to do a lot more cooler things that you did fucking years ago. And then like, I want to point something out. It's like you made like good friends with Churlies, and like you've even made content with him. And like, I remember you were telling me, you're like, oh my God, I didn't even know who he was.
That's so funny. I was just gonna say, I was like, were you with me at Imagine? When someone's like, oh, that's Churlies. And I was like, oh, who's Churlies? Yeah. Oh, don't worry. He's like famous YouTuber. I'm like, all right, I'll go ask him to put deodorant on him.
How has that experience been, man? I know like he invited you to LA and stuff. How
yeah, no, he's we're like friends. So it's when I a few times I've been out to LA, since it all started, I actually could just go. I crashed at his place. He's nice enough to not make me pay for some hotel out there. But yeah, made some videos. It's actually been cool because I got to almost like be mentored in the YouTube side of things, because he's big on YouTube and I didn't know
if you're gonna get mentored by anybody.
Yeah, so I didn't know anything about the YouTube because I'm not a YouTube user, or I wasn't at the time. Like I don't watch videos on YouTube or anything like that. And then like I got to see this whole other world, and not just the world of people consuming it, but the back end, like how he structures the videos, how he videotapes it, because not only the videos the few videos we did together, but while I'm there I get to watch him do the tons of other videos that he did. So I get to see the back end, how he connects with people, how he puts it together, how he edits it, how he promotes it. So it's all how he monetizes it. So it's really interesting to kind of have that insight into that side. So there was like the two sides were basically the video side and then the event side. So I was just like leaning on people who knew more than me to like really learn it fast.
How's that been, just like trying to become, because I mean you weren't a content creator originally, like you weren't like a YouTuber, or were you? I mean,
no. So I did content. So like I looked back because my thing was like I want to think about what I truly love doing. Right. This is like because I'm thinking about my work. I've been there for like 12 years and I'm trying to like transition into maybe something else. And in like a few years, not now, but the idea is like, what did I truly love was, and if I looked at it from another perspective, what did I always do for free? Like I always did. I did shows, and I always made videos, like funny videos or whatever, whether it was promoting the shows or just for fun, or whether it was just like a school project back in the day. I'd cut corners and cheat and do anything in class. And then when it was a video, I'd spend probably 10 times as much as anyone else would on the project, just because it was a video and I love doing the video. So and I thought about it, I was like, those are the two things I love, and I can make that my job or do something with it that's career specific, and that would be that'd be gold, because I'd be doing what I would already do for free.
Yeah. So how's everything been going with like your content creating so far? Because I know that you did a couple skits with like Bass Nectar and stuff. How did that go? How was the interaction with those?
You got to pick and choose your battles. That's the
Yeah.
battle I picked, and I still picked it. I was actually just about to post some Bass Nectar shit today because
Shut the fuck.
I was at a show on fucking Friday or Thursday. Who was it? It was Funk Case and Dr. P. And there's a dude with a big ass like jersey, Bass Nectar, says "goat" on the back, 808. And I'm like, the fuck? I go up to him and I'm like, yo, dude, like, is that a Bass Nectar jersey? And he's like, yeah, man. And he like knew who I was. Oh, he was on Fresh. And I was like, dude, why are you wearing that? He's like, oh, like I separate the artist from like the art. And I'm just like, but that's his jersey. It's not his music. Like you're literally representing him like right now. I took a picture from behind, like you didn't notice. Like I was gonna post it. I'm like, why are people still wearing this shit? So, but no, it's funny because I lost like probably like 3,000 followers total after all the basic. I net lost probably almost 1,000 after each video.
Here's the thing, bro. You keep it fucking real.
Well, I like I said, I pick and choose my battles.
Yeah.
I don't pick every battle. There's one I feel strong about. I don't think the fact that I have a daughter should have anything to do with it. But I just feel like this is something that all these other DJs that are getting canceled or whatever. Like I'm not for cancel culture, but there are certain fucking things that you shouldn't cross. You shouldn't do to cross the line. Yeah. But even with everyone else, you don't hear anyone else trying to bring back Dat Sick or any other DJ, but not everyone, but there are a lot of people trying to bring back Bass Nectar. And then there's even events. There was an event just last week on Sunday and whatever. There was posted online. It's a Bass Nectar event where they're just going to be like playing just Bass Nectar music. Like it was like a secret location. You had to call the guy. Bro, yeah, there's another one in Colorado. Some event is coming back.
Bro,
so I'm about to do like a fucking another video because people just don't get the message. I don't know. It's just like, but that's, you don't see Dat Sick events. You know what I mean? That's just not something anyone would ever see. So he just has a stronger following, a stronger like. He's been doing it for a long time. Very close to it, so it's harder for them.
Don't pick that battle on Instagram, but I do pick that battle in TikTok. I feel like it's just more fluid in TikTok. Like my followers are gonna come and go there, but like Instagram's just a little more stable. And I was like, I don't really gotta risk it.
That's what I mean. You got to pick and choose your battles, and that's one where like people are like, "Oh, you're doing it for clout." I'm like, hey, I knew I was going to lose followers going into it. Like, I was like, this is going to be a net loss. And I did it anyway. And not only that, after the first one, I did a net loss. And then I did a second one. They're like, oh, you're doing a second one for clout. I'm like, no, you don't get it. I'm doing it like knowing that full well this is not going to help me in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
but
it's going to be worse for you, really.
At the same time, it's like, good riddance. I mean, I'd rather less pedophile supporting followers.
Hey, here's the thing, man, and it's one thing that I bring up to a couple people and stuff like that. It's like the followers is cool, like having that number or whatever, but there are people that don't follow you that will always know who the fuck you are, bro. They will see you at the airport and know who the fuck you are, regardless of like whether they follow you or not, and that's just gonna stay with them forever, right? So for me, I never put like a number on it, like all right, cool, I have this many followers and this whatever. But reality is, I have millions and millions of views. So that's how many millions and millions of people actually know me or have seen me, which reflects a little bit bigger and reflects a little bit more. So like when I go to a festival, man, people know me and they don't even follow me, bro. It's just like they just don't click the follow button. So
it's like for me on this, it's because it's like I had someone locally like who's a big fan of Fresh. Like he bought merch, he bought pins, and shit. It was always at all the shows. He like after like what he like was like unfollowed me. Like someone hit me up, was like, oh, this dude's like giving me free your merch for free. And I'm like, oh, who is it? It was like the day after he unfollowed me, he's like giving away my merch for absolute free or
wow.
And then like it's just like, some people, it's whatever, I don't know what to tell you. If it bothers you more what I'm saying about the situation than the situation itself, then I think that speaks levels to the reality. So, and that's why I do it, because there's that disconnect where people love him more than they hate what he did. And
yeah. I feel like you got like, it's funny because I think your follower section is more super heavy into like the Subtronics scene anyways. That's just really funny because I did make
I definitely had a lot of Bass Nectar followers. I mean,
yeah, 100%,
they
bro.
definitely cross over. They could have been Subtronics and the Bass Nectar.
Because I've had I've made a couple of Subtronics videos, and there are people like they're like, listen, man, I love your content, but like I'm not gonna stop listening to Bass Nectar because of you, this and this, you know. And I think it's okay. I'm like, you know what? Like, if you still want to follow me, that's on you, man. You're gonna do whatever, but like, I'm not gonna not make videos. Like, I'm not gonna take it down just because you got offended either. I don't try to post that much on Instagram, but like on TikTok, is what I hear and stuff like that. I'm honestly like, I just don't care. TikTok is more where like my crazier side comes off, anyways. I'll post way more videos on TikTok than I will on Instagram. It's just
weird. My videos got flagged. My account got banned. Like the first one, I actually had an at Fresh Raver, and now it's at fresh.raver because it got banned. And all I did was repost videos that were from Instagram. I think my Al Ross video got community violation, like the original deodorant video got community. I'm like, what? Where's the violation? I don't even know what's going on. Then
I'm on thin ice right now.
Banned the account. They banned the account. I only had like 1,000 followers. It wasn't a big deal at the time.
Yeah.
But completely gone.
They blocked my account for a week, so I had to lay low.
I wish they did that. They straight up just like banned it. Like you cannot access.
I think it comes with the followers, maybe, because maybe I have more followers and stuff on TikTok.
I've heard them do that to people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just like if you do something, but I couldn't even figure out what I'd done. Like, because it just like wasn't very clear to me. Yeah, it's not like I was posting titties or something like that. You know, it's just like, or
bro,
even,
I posted like
a little bit the drugs but they were like skits, so it's like almost like drugs.
Bro, you know how many people post drug videos on TikTok and get away?
Oh, but I'm saying if it's a drug scene from a movie, it's not the same as someone actually doing drugs. You know what I mean? It's like it's different when I'm in my character and it's like baby powder on my face. You know.
True.
It's obvious. Yeah. But I don't know. But it was. I don't even think I posted those videos on TikTok if I remember, or maybe I did. I don't remember.
What kind of videos are you posting now? What's your latest videos?
Honestly, I post the same shit on Instagram that I do on TikTok. Like I'll just do the reels or whatever. But I've been getting into the skits and then like the kind of like the interviews or whatever, like those funny interviews at raves and just asking people stupid shit and getting stupid, you know.
Yeah, I have a friend that loves doing those kind of videos too. Like I'm more of a vlog type of documentary type of guy. That's more of like a guide and stuff like that.
I thought about that. It wasn't I tried. I was with you. I got what you feel. I never edited together. I just never get excited about it like I do with the skit.
I need to start doing skits. Maybe I'll have a different idea about it. But it's just like I feel like doing skits is like so much harder because I feel like you need multiple people. Like I tried doing things by myself, and it's like, dude, if somebody just grab the fucking camera, record me while I was doing the skits, I could play every character and get away with it. But it's just so hard to have like the camera at a certain angle, certain position. You gotta zoom in, zoom out. I mean, it's like it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. You definitely need having a cameraman's the toughest part. Like I was just doing a prank, and I got my friend Marita. She came with me to the show, and I was like, okay, like I'll pay for your ticket. You just gotta like video. We'll just spend 20 minutes videotaping this prank. So the prank was. You can post this tonight because I haven't done the prank because we stopped doing it after the first one where I basically put on this character, right? I'm disguised and I go up and I basically, it's like, you know, did you see that meme or whatever? That's like, it's like a DJ and all the girls are like, want to be with her.
No. Are you talking about the one where Noah is like sitting on the boat?
No, but it's essentially the same thing where it's like if you're a DJ, like a no-name DJ or whatever, you just, all the girls still wanna whatever. So the premise was like I'd be dressed up like, you know, like whatever, and then just like go up and be like, hey, I'm a DJ. And be like, oh, you like want to give me your number? Like just go around and get people's reactions, even like, you know. The idea is that it hopefully wouldn't work, but you know, if it works, it'd be funny too. But she like did it. It was just like the girl like turned me down. I'm like, that's what's gonna happen. Like this is like supposed to be like fucking dumb as fuck. And she's like, oh, like this is hard for me. Like I'm like, you're sitting in the corner, no, she didn't even see you at all.
And that's the truth though. That's why it's so hard, man. You need people, and it's like.
No, it's tough, especially for pranks because you're getting like awkward reaction. I'm like honestly, like when I post a prank video, I'll get like 30, 20 people and then post like the top 5 and like half of them are not good, you know what I mean? And they're kind of like, like, you know what I mean? But it's whatever. That's part of it.
Bro, I had this DJ, I don't know if you know him, he's more of a house DJ, but his name is Gesture, and and he goes around like doing interviews with people as well. And he came up to me and he asked me a question, and he never posted it. And I feel like I didn't make the cut. I'm like, as a content creator, I didn't make the cut.
It's funny, yo,
I'm fucking trash.
Because that's what you look at. No, it's just like, because it's you just want to put the best moments. And even like in the best moment, like, you know, I put out this one, like I'm cutting it up. Like I'm cutting out dumb shit I say in between, you know, I'm like, oh, that sounds dumb. And I'm just like cutting it out because I'm the editor, so I can do whatever fuck I want.
Yeah.
But you know, it's so in the moment it looks different than when it comes out on you know, on the back end. But it's worth it when you get there.
So you make content and all that stuff, but like I know that you DJ. Do you still DJ? You still practicing? Is that still like a goal?
Not really. I mean, I know how to DJ. I haven't been like trying to DJ. I did it like right before COVID for a couple shows, but it's like I did it because I had the show and I wanted to learn it. But then once I knew it, it wasn't like something I'm here still mixing and doing.
Oh, so you did it just to like know?
Well, no, I did it because I was trying it out to see if it's something that I would enjoy doing or be good at doing. And I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like, you know, right now, like I'm doing nothing. Like I'll like go into Premiere and start editing, right? I won't take out my mixer and start, you know, mixing, but I know people who will. So it's just like what you're attracted to, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think DJing's for me personally. I'm more of a I'd rather coordinate, maybe. Like, I don't know.
I'm more of a rapper. I'm not trying to be a rapper, like a rapper. I like expressing content, and one of the mediums is through rap. So yeah, it's just for fun. Whatever I enjoy doing, that's how I express it.
Well, let's talk about your Fresh Raves, right? So like, what is it and when did it start?
So it started back in 2019, August. Yeah, so it was like within a year. The video came out in September of 2018, and then like I was getting all those DJs fresh, and I was collecting all that deodorant, and then I was like, how do I take this to the next level? And I started doing the Fresh Rave shows, where it's, I mean, obviously the first premise was, oh, I'm just doing like a BO free show, right? You know, you have to wear deodorant, but I wanted to pivot after the deodorant concept and more into the realm of freshness, which I think covers a lot more than just your body odor. So then I came up with the concept of like an aroma infused rave. So basically I have like these aroma diffusers that can have different you know, essential oils in them, and then they put out different scents. So depending on where you are, you'll smell something different. But even for this upcoming show that I have, I'm doing it a little differently, where rather than different sections of the room are different scents, I'm going to have the whole room be one scent and then stop it. And then, because I think it's better if you change it up, like people will smell the changes rather than if you're in one section of the room that you kind of get used to it pretty quickly. So, and like having a kind of performance that's tied to the smell, right? So it's like the color changes to green, it's eucalyptus in the air, you smell it, and it's just like some sort of, you know, tribal quick 3-minute performance before one of the sets. So I'm trying to really just incorporate the smell into like the performance concept. So that's pretty much what the Fresh Rave is.
How did you get started with even creating like how did you have you? I mean, so you have been doing like events before in the past.
Yeah, so I did rap shows.
So was it very similar to like kind of get used to?
Yeah. So I knew more or less what I was doing outside of like booking a DJ.
Okay.
That was new because I never really had to book anyone since it was us performing. We like found openers, so I knew how to do that. I knew how to sell tickets, and I knew like the venue. I already had relationships with the venue from like the rap days and stuff like that. So I just went to the same venue. So yeah, it was really an easy transition where it was just like, oh, this was what I was already basically doing, except just a different genre.
Yeah. I'm trying to, at least in the future, there's like within like, this is like one of my 5-year plans is like, I want to kind of orchestrate or at least help orchestrate like an event. And I want to like kind of learn the ropes and like kind of, but like, I'm going from like a place where like, I don't even know the beginning, bro. The most I've done with an event is ticket sales. That is it. Like actually like going on Eventbrite and making an account and being able to like sell tickets that way. That's it. That's the most of experience I've gotten over the podcast. I've been learning with some of the guests I've been having, like, oh, like you actually need to go to like an agent and that will get you all the artists. And I'm like, what? Like, I think you talk to the manager. They just book it there.
Yeah. It's there's a lot to learn, and I've been I have some promoter friends that I tap on, kind of like I do with Churdleys, for questions, down to even like how much should I pay this artist, right? Because the way you send out offers is it's very like it takes a lot of that background knowledge. It's hard to get in. There is this barrier, right? So if you don't know anyone who could, like, if I didn't know people who could have given me that information, it would have been really hard to do. It just would have been harder. It takes a lot harder. The learning curve is there. You're going to make a lot more mistakes. So just knowing someone who's done it before, it will help you, avoid making some of those mistakes. I'm bound to make mistakes. I make mistakes still, but I'm making less because at least I can tap on someone who's experienced.
Where have you done these Fresh Raves at? What are all the locations?
So Boston and New York so far. Right before COVID, I was set to do like 5 or 6 other cities. It was really gonna pan up, but then COVID hit, and money kind of that I had for it kind of dwindled out. So then I kind of basically disappeared like this last 6 months. I wasn't really posting a lot of content or anything like that, where I was really just focusing on myself, trying to save up money. Had some stuff family related, and just me getting healthy, going to the gym more, just really kind of focusing on my core self and getting ready like for this plan that I had to save up money and start running a bunch of shows, and bringing it back. So that's what I did, and it was good. I came out end of the year. It was almost like kind of like people make resolutions at New Year's. I did that mid-year. It was like around May or June, and then geared up for the rest of the year. And then so now my plan is to it's really 2023 is where it's going to be big, where I want to do shows, especially after COVID. Boston, the shows, like the scene has really kind of died down, where like there used to be like 2 or 3 dubstep shows a week, even more guaranteed. Like you could just go almost any night and find some sort of EDM thing. If you get one or two EDM shows of any genre a week here, it's a good week. And some weeks there'll be like almost nothing, except for like the club DJs or whatever. So I want to get it to a point that you can, have a lot more options. And this is not just through me, but it's having more promoters. There's really only like one big promotion company in Boston. Now there's a few small ones that are popping up right here and there. So that's, I think, what's going to be really good for the community. And I want to be a part of that. So do it in Boston. I'll do it in New York. I want to bring it to other cities eventually, but that's a money issue, because it costs money to throw shows, unfortunately.
Very true. I wish I could help you out more here in like Florida, since I just moved here to Orlando, but I'm still kind of just getting settled in myself. And it's like, I mean, I'd love to help you throw a show here, man. Like one of these days. I know I was planning on helping you like in Colorado and that kind of stuff, but moving out of there and stuff like kind of just leaves. I was honestly supposed to be helping somebody else make a festival there. And I'm like, dude, it's just really hard. I don't live there. So it's like if I don't live there, it kind of really sets back my motivation to even help, because I'm not gonna be traveling there probably for it.
Yeah,
So,
I feel that makes sense.
I mean, I don't know. I might. Well, when is your when, where, and how much is the Fresh Rave?
So it's in Boston or Cambridge. It's June 11th, so it's a little far out. It's my birthday weekend, so we're going to birthday.
Oh, so we gotta come. It's your birthday month, bro.
Yeah,
we gotta do it.
It's basically my birthday party. But yeah, it's right now tickets are $25 pre-sale, like before I announced the lineup. And yeah, they're the shows were such a good time. Like I have like these fresh fairies. It's basically these girls. I think this time I'm gonna have 2 girls and a guy for they dress up in fairy outfits, and they go around keeping people fresh in the crowd, and they have gum and they have like water. They just like have
like a ground control type of thing.
No, but it's like they're fairies. They're like they're around. It's like
white fairies, bro. You can make
they're fresh fairies. I don't know. It's like
fresh fairies. You can't add the word fresh to something. You just call it.
Yeah. I needed that little alliteration.
It would have been great if they were in dinosaur outfits, little T-Rex ones, and they were.
That's like a Lost Lands thing. No, it's fresh the Fresh Rave or Fresh Fest always got fresh fairies.
Okay, all right.
That's gonna be a staple forever.
It should be your logo.
Yeah, no. Then I almost want like it's like at the club they come out with bottle service, like they'll have like
Yeah.
over their head with the sign. I want to do it like it's like they have a big deodorant stick and they come out like get people fresh, So
Do you have tables at your event?
no. It's
Why not?
like underground rave style. I don't know. I don't
I
like
don't know,
tables.
just have a
I do like
table.
VIP viewing session. No, it's not like it's not like that. It's like a performance venue, but not like a club. Which I think is better because all of the shows now are at clubs basically in Boston.
Yeah, they are.
Kind of stinks where I'm paying like $15-20 a drink, which is stiff. It's like new venue, Big Night Live is really it's got like the best production, best sound, like it's really like it's brand new, so it's got state of the art everything, but it's like just got club prices on the drinks. And I like tonight I'm going and I like purposely try to go late because I'm just like, okay, every hour I'm there is like two drinks is like $40. I don't want to be spending like $120 on drinks, and if I go there 3 hours before the show ends. So I'm like, oh, how do I get there right before the headliner or whatever?
There's a club here, not a club. Well, maybe it's a club. I don't know what you'd call it, but they have like base night here, and all drinks are free, I think, or $1. No, they're free. Before 11. As long as you get there before 11, they're free. So just tip the girl $1, call it a day.
That's dope. That's dope. No, I mean that's why I like the venue. Like the Middle East is where like the shows used to be at, and that's where it's not the Middle East. It's called Sonia, but it's one of their rooms. And they got it's like bar prices, right? And so it's much more. You could get probably a PBR or something like that for like $5, which is like I think it's not cheap, but
PBRs. You know what that got me thinking about? This Taboo, that motherfucker.
Oh yeah, he loves his PBRs.
Yeah, I remember the day we fucking hung out with him at Uppy Dubby.
Yeah, that was just like less than a year ago. It feels like forever ago.
That was a good experience. We saw a lot of people that day. It was pretty fun, I think. I still remember I had my little GoPro and we're like behind Ella's Dream, and I was like, bro, come over here. Like, dude, we look like fucking like we look ridiculous with a GoPro, even if we pretend to be cameramen. It's you behind me with the GoPro, me with the other GoPro. We look like tourists.
Well, honey, I think we took a wrong turn somewhere.
Oh, bro, I can't believe they let us back there. I'm just like,
this is not the Alamo. That's like where I thought we were going. How did we end up here?
I'm surprised we didn't get asked. Like, bro, you guys lost. Like, you guys were like.
No, we just got new GoPros. We're showing them off.
I mean, I just love my content, man. I love to vlog everything, let everybody know. Like, that's what I love doing, man. I love vlogging. I don't like editing it. Editing kind of sucks. I thought about paying an editor at a time, and then I moved here and I realized that like I took a huge pay cut, like getting out of the military, and I'm like, I was making 70K, and I'm making like 35K.
Damn.
Yeah,
but it's cheaper where you're living, right?
Yeah, it's cheaper for sure, but I mean, my bills don't change.
Oh, they don't?
No, they don't care where you live or how much you make. If you live in anywhere, man, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, your cell phone bill got cut in half because you made all those.
What shows you got, man, going on for 2022?
I don't know, man. I got to focus on mine. I think I'll only go to shows. Well, or festivals if I'm creating some sort of video, because basically my strategies do the shows and then the content supports the shows.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not about, for me, like going forward, it's not necessarily about making content. The content, it's almost like the Fresh Rave is the permanent sponsor for all Fresh Raver content. And is, the idea is that it just links back to the Fresh Rave, right? So I'm doing rave related content, and it attracts more eyeballs, get more followers, and then the Fresh Rave gets bigger as a result because more people know about my content than know about the Fresh Rave.
Okay, I mean, I get that. I'm not in a similar boat, but I'm in a boat where, like, at this moment, since I took a huge pay cut, I'm restricting myself from going to too many out of state festivals. So I've been, for the most part, I've been staying locally. I've been going to a lot of like just local Florida events.
Well, there's a lot
festivals. Yeah, there's a lot. So I'm like, I'm not really too worried. Been kind of just sticking locally. I've been I've been really like what we were talking about, the benefits of being like a content creator and all this shit that we are, right? It's like I'm very fortunate that I get in for free to most of this stuff. So it's like
Mhm.
I'm very grateful that these benefits are helping me out because I am very poor. So
I feel that too whenever I can get a free show. But for me, like I really want to like really focus on these shows, and I want to get it like the first show is the toughest to just get things going,
Mhm.
establish the connections with the people that I was doing stuff with, because it's been 2 years since I've done a show.
Yeah. Dude,
Uh,
it feels like you did take like kind of a hiatus, honestly. Like I haven't really
yeah,
seen you.
the 6 months break. It was I did it kind of like I wanted to disappear, A, to kind of reset myself, but B, it was like I wanted to kind of before coming back hard. The plan was come back hard in January.
Yeah.
So I had a bunch of content that I was even filming in November, December that I was holding, that I've been holding. So like I was still kind of working on stuff, but just not releasing it. I was purposely like at shows. I was at hijinks. I didn't post to my story once. I didn't want like I was like having trouble because there's a bunch of cool shit happening. I was like, oh, it's really
Yeah.
cool. And I was like, oh no, I can't post to my story till next week. Like I was like, oh, that's the deadline.
I just record everything on my regular camera and then I use it for like later footage anyway. So like
Yeah, no, yeah, it'll be good for later. But no, it's just kind of like that hard moment. You want to post what's going on. It was New Year's in Hijin, so it was fun. But yeah, I did the whole thing kind of incognito. No one knew. No one was supposed to know I was
no
there.
one knew. Get the fuck out of here,
No, I
bro.
didn't. I didn't announce it. Like I said, a few people kind of recognized me, but the whole time I was wearing goggles. So I was like, even during the skits
Yeah.
or the things, I was in disguises too. Like the
Dude,
whole premise was I didn't want anyone to like,
I debated going to hijinks, bro. And if I was going to hijinks and you didn't tell me you were going, bro, I would have been pretty upset.
you know,
I would have
yeah.
spotted your ass though, I feel. I don't
No,
know.
I don't know. Maybe maybe it was because I had the big goggles on. Like you couldn't
Bro,
even.
I could see that face, bro.
No, that's the whole thing. I covered the face. I detached me. I had my mask on, and I was wearing my mask. Not because I was like, oh, because I'm at a festival. Obviously, like I was taking a risk, but I was wearing masks because it covered my face. Like it was perfect, and I didn't catch COVID. So,
dude, it's becoming a thing right now. It's called the Deltacron now. Deltacron.
the new variant.
Yeah,
I
so
got that. I was like, what are my interview question? I was like, if Omicron was here right now, what would you do? And the guy was like, run away, run. I was like, he's right there, run away. He starts running away.
you still doing the same job, man? You still working the same jobs that you've been working at the last few years, or you changed jobs? So yeah.
Same job.
All right, man. It's been a pleasure, man. Fucking getting to talk to you for another hour. I mean, it's been a minute since we've talked. It's honestly, I don't even remember when the last we hung out was. So it's good catching up with you, man. For all the viewers out there, man, let them know where they can find you at. Let them know where they can buy this merch. I got that fresh rave beanie.
Yeah.
The fresh rave beanie on. He's got the fresh rave jersey on.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I'm on socials at Fresh Raver, except for TikTok because that one got banned. So fresh.raver. But like if you want any information on the shows, merch, it's all at freshraver.com. So tickets are there if you're in Boston, or if you want to send it to Boston for my birthday weekend, I highly suggest it. It's gonna be a big show. I'm actually booking like a way bigger lineup than I normally book. So it's gonna be a really big show. I'm super excited, and I'll be turning 32. So
I might. I think I don't have any events going on that weekend. I might just surprise you and just send it, bro.
oh, you got to.
I mean, I'll see what your schedule is, and if you got nothing going on the day before, I might come a day early, and I don't know, hang out. Totally up to you. I don't know what your
Yeah,
schedule
no,
looks like.
let's talk about it. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. This is gonna be for my viewers. If you guys watched us literally ramble for an entire fucking hour, then you probably like us. I would love it if you could like, subscribe, share it with a friend. I mean, word of mouth is how this is gonna get by. If you're listening on Spotify, rate this. On Apple Podcasts, rate this. And like I tell you guys at every single episode, until the next one.